Introduction. The best way to build an app is with Swift and SwiftUI. Apple. Introducing the SwiftUI framework. In this reference guide, we will learn everything about the latest improvements and features of Apple's native user interface framework. But before we dive into the details, let's go through the tools you need to build an app so you can follow along with me. Mac computer. First and foremost, as an aspiring iOS developer, you will need a Mac computer. Having a Mac is the basic requirement for iOS and macOS app development. Apple ID. You will also need a valid Apple ID to download the Xcode editor. So you will be able to write code to build application, to assess documentation and other available useful tools. Most importantly, it will allow you to deploy your app to a real iPhone or iPad for testing. By the way, if you have downloaded any app from the App Store, it's pretty sure that you already own an Apple ID. Xcode. To start developing applications, Xcode is the only tool you need to download. You know, Xcode is an integrated development environment provided by Apple. It's worth mentioning that the Xcode editor is free for use for everyone, which is fantastic. Xcode gives you everything you will need to kickstart your app development career. Also, it already bundles the latest version of the iOS SDK, short for Software Development Kit, a built-in source code editor, a live preview window, debugging tools, and much more. Most notable, Xcode comes with an iPhone and iPad simulator, so we can test our apps without real devices. To get the latest version of Xcode, you will need to open the App Store on your computer and download it using your personal or business Apple account. In the Mac App Store, simply search for Xcode and click the Get button to download it. Once the installation process is completed, you will find Xcode in the Launchpad. Please keep in mind that since the file size of Xcode is enormous, therefore it will take some time when the download is done. While Xcode is downloading, you can continue watching the rest of this video. Apple Developer Program. Optional. Enrolling in the paid Apple Developer Program is not required to get started developing applications. Since Xcode already includes a built-in iPhone and iPad simulator, therefore we can develop and test out our application on the computer without enrolling in the yearly developer program membership. Having said that, everyone can test applications on a real device without enrolling in the Apple Developer Program. However, if you want to publish your apps to the Apple Store, then it is highly recommended. Also, if you would like to try out some advanced features such as in-app purchase, push notifications, or CloudKit, you still need to apply for the program membership. The learning mindset. Since I started teaching app development, what I found is that it is the learning mindset of each student that make the difference between failing and achieving great results. I firmly believe that the most important part of creating something new from scratch is taking action. That being said, the learn by doing motto is the heart of my teaching approach. That's why you will work on many hands-on projects through this course. Also, you need to sit in front of your Mac on a regular basis, then immerse yourself in Xcode and write more and more Swift code. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you make during this practical process. Just keep doing it until you finish each project and you can see the end result in your hand holding your Apple device. So let's get started. Creating apps with the SwiftUI framework is a fun and rewarding experience.